What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another edition of Down South Sports Fanatics. Man, it's gonna be a doozy. Look. I know we took a little time off. We all back now. We got it together. We're gonna talk about all the major sports topics this week, and some we may miss some things. But look, make sure you join us in your comments if we miss something. But without further ado, let me introduce my co-host. What's up, Mr. Pancho Gonzalez?
Man, it's a lot going on. College, NBA, football. We ready, man. New day, new time, new era. 2024 coming with you.
New everything, huh? New everything, man.
We tried. Not ain't a new me, man. Same old me though.
I'm glad you're feeling better, my brother. You was in our prayers, man. Listen, we know him as the Coach Darren. We know him as the burner. What's up, Coach Darren?
Darren's supposed to be last. Go with Dave.
Well, I know Dave, but look, man, Darren's like, what is going on? He's checking everything. I'm messing with him. Go back, Darren. Cool. Go back.
Is he in or what? Is Darren in or what?
Darren's taking care of some business. But let's
what's up, everybody?
Let's get to the voice himself. What's up, the voice of reason, Dave Robin? What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? I apologize if I'm cracking, but I'm not gonna apologize for my fucking takes, man. You know it, dude. I'm coming hard tonight. I hope y'all did y'all's homework, man. Cause I'm coming correct, man. Let's do this.
Did they do their homework?
I don't know, man. I see them posts, man. I don't know.
Yeah, well, listen, let's dive into it, man. We're gonna talk a little Pelicans real quick. Dave's got a touchy subject. We're gonna talk about it. A lot of stuff out there has got rumored to have Brandon Ingram getting traded, maybe to the Atlanta Hawks. We don't know. What you hearing, Dave?
I don't know, man. We joked around before this podcast because Richie acted like I was setting his dog on fire or something when I wanted to get this Brandon Ingram topic on here. But Brandon Ingram, dude. All right, so I had to spend some minutes on this because, dude, this is a big topic, dude. This is going to shape the entire offseason for the Pelicans. So to me, I don't know, dude. There's a lot of people talking Trae Young, DeJounte Murray. You even hear about the Cleveland guys with Darius Garland or Jared Allen. I don't know where it's going to go, but the more and more I'm with it, dude, I'm not into the whole Trae Young thing. I think we need to either go a Garland, a Murray, maybe a Jared Allen. I don't know how this is going to go, man, but I don't know if you guys got any opinions. I'll gladly take it. But to me, this is a big moment in Pelicans history, I believe. I mean, you just don't want to give this guy away here if we're going to move on without him.
Well, let's go to the man himself with the Pelicans hat on. What you think? What you got, Pancho?
Hey, man, it definitely a move is in the make. It has to happen, more immediately. You're on a time restraint. You got Murphy, you got Jones, all looking to beat on the starting lineup door. There's not enough positions for players right now. So you move a big piece, Brandon Ingram. I mean, there's a lot, that can going on out there with him. I mean, he's a big piece. He can bring a lot in return. He can really set you. I mean, we treading water right now with Zion and Ingram. Obviously, we can't get focused on Zion. Zion looks like he's on a trail to make something happen. So if we can get guard around him and get BI, get some good loot from him, man, from a team, be it DeJounte Murray or there's some other cats out there that big names. We're not talking about little names. We're talking about big players that we're gonna get in for Ingram and some picks.
Yeah, and then of course, Coach, what's your thoughts on it? But first, you better tell your daughter hi, man. She didn't comment it.
What's up, Juliana? How you doing? Hey, she just turned 17. She just got her Facebook, so it's new to her right now.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, old Gemini. Her birthday was a couple of days ago.
What you think they're gonna do with BI, Coach?
Hey, man, just like anything else, when you want to trade somebody, you don't ever want to trade them really to a rival. I would hate to see anything Atlanta. I don't care if we're not as big of rivals with, the Hawks as we are the Falcons. I can't stand Atlanta. Everybody understands that from the beginning. But I mean, they do have a lot of potential trading them to Atlanta for some names and possibly a pick or two. So, this is really a big spot for the Pelicans. I agree with Dave. I think that, it's a big spot in Pelicans history. We're going to build around Zion, apparently. A true shooting guard would be nice. That would be something really nice, and then we can work on a big man, But our guy's leaving, I guess. I don't know how to say his name. Dave's got to say it for me, but I guess he's leaving, huh?
Yeah. It looks like, and I wish him the best of luck, man. I think it's just he's a little older, man. I think they're trying to change the dynamic of the center position, man. So I wish Jonas well,
Yeah.
man. He did a great job while he was here.
My thing on it, but first, let me tell everybody, thank y'all for joining us, man. Brian, Signature Saint, man. Thank you, Juliana, Shawnee D, Lewis, man. Thank y'all for sharing this. Lewis Luna, man. Thank y'all, man. What's up,
Somebody
big?
named Be Wild too. Be Wild
in it too, man. Welcome. If you're new, welcome, man. State that you're welcome. I mean, state that you're new. We want to know that.
Look,
and always listen. Always share and like the link for Down South Sports Fanatics. Thank y'all, man. But listen, my take.
Wait.
Go ahead.
Since we partner with Big Easy Mafia too, man. So let's give them some love, and they've been showing us some love. They sent me some loot. Did y'all get any loot yet? It's probably in the mail on the way.
I got my loot.
Yeah, we got coin. So yeah, Big Easy Mafia is the largest, if not the, in the country, if not in the state. Saints group, man, 100,000 followers.
It's the largest.
Hey, go follow Big Easy Mafia. They got merch for sale. They got some awesome fire merch.
Listen, that's a big deal. I'm glad you said that, Pancho, because they came to us and asked for us to be their official podcast, which we are now. We're glad to do that. But listen, my take on the BI thing. And like Darren, I'm gonna echo what Darren just said, because we all got our own sources. We'll never reveal that. But I would be shocked if Trae Young's not a Pelican next season. Honestly, I'll be shocked.
I don't know, Richie. I think that the problem with Trae Young is he doesn't play defense. He's got a $50 million per year contract. So to me, here's, like Pancho alluded to it earlier, Trey Murphy's about to come up. We just extended Herb Jones, which is an awesome deal, very team-friendly contract. But Trey Murphy's about to be a free agent soon. So, I mean, you got to lock him down. I mean, he's still very young. He's got a lot of potential. We saw it this year. His dribble drive game really improved.
But
we know he's got three-point shot.
But the thing with Trae Young, Dave, is you don't have a guy that can create shots like he can on your team right now.
Look, so
you don't.
I mean, Zion, let's be real. The offense is designed to go through Zion. And I mean, to me, Zion is as much of a creator as any player in the NBA right now. I mean, he could bring it down. He could post you up. He can go off the dribble. He's starting to even show the ability to hit that jump shot, which I wish he would do that a little more. But I mean, you can get DeJounte Murray, Darius Garland. There are other players. I mean, I get what you're saying, Richie. Trae Young's a more dynamic player. I mean, to me, he's got to commit to the defensive side of the ball. I'm not saying I would hate Trae Young coming here, but he's got to get better defensively. And the contract really kind of hampers you going forward, man. You really diminish that cap space at that point with a big contract like Trae Young.
This would be my take on Trae Young.
Well, Pancho, before you address that, Louis Luna said Pancho is now my cousin.
Yes. Yeah, probably.
Wait, Pancho's not his cousin?
Like, no, he is his cousin. He is his cousin.
It's Dawn's cousin.
Please address that, Louis. Please. Go ahead, Pancho. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, so at this point, you've seen Trae Young's ceiling. You know his ceiling. He's not going to do anything more than what you've seen already. Now, has he made his name around the NBA top tier? I don't see that top tier name. So you're not getting anything more than what you see. The inconsistency. You're not trading inconsistency for inconsistency. You need to get better. You're young. You need to get, you need to have somebody with a high ceiling. Trae Young, he can give you 22. He can give you 8. The defense is lacking. I mean, you with a really young team that are like brothers.
Yeah.
So you can't vote in here. You can't have a me guy in here. You need I would say the best. Let's do the. And now we lost Trey Langdon and another. We lost our GM.
Right. Good
so
call,
that's another big, wrench in the picture. But
huge.
Again, you want to stay with the identity of your team. Going with Trae Young. He's an eye guy. He's the one that he just wants to throw it up type guy. He's inconsistent. You need a hard-nosed, I hate to say like a Drew Holiday type mentality that he, somebody who's going to come and beat the streets with you every night.
What I don't like, Pancho, and by the way, Lewis said he's Dawn's cousin, just by the way, so you know. But listen, what I don't like is, and me and Dave talked about this, some of these teams started rebuilding their team as well as we did around the same time. Why are they so far more advanced than we are right now is crazy to me.
Richie, I don't think they are. They're
not so far.
Oh, absolutely. The Timberwolves are far way more advanced.
Okay, so here, let me kill this conversation right here. And this is where I had the problem with everybody saying we're so far ahead. If SGA is not playing in that Thunder series, if Anthony Edwards doesn't play in the playoffs for the Timberwolves, there's no chance. It's over. Your best player leaves. Look what happened to Memphis this year. Memphis was a team that a lot of people thought was going to maybe contend. John Morant goes
Dave,
down.
I'm sorry. Dave, I disagree with you. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. Pelicans are nowhere on the same planet with Timberwolves.
But okay, so what are we basing this on? Because the record-wise, they weren't that far off from these teams.
Yeah.
What am I basing it on?
Ricky, listen, if you go play.
So give me Zion Williamson in a playoff series, and I know that's the big question mark. It certainly is, but I mean, you can't take SGA out that series. You can't take Anthony Edwards away and expect those teams.
Dave, who on the Pelicans team besides Zion is a superstar?
I mean, Richie, who? Okay, so to me, I have a real question about Denver. I don't consider Jamal Murray a superstar at all.
Anthony Towns, Edwards are superstars, and plus they got the defensive play.
The team that won it last year was the Denver Nuggets. Jamal Murray is not a superstar in any league. He's a good player. He is nowhere near a superstar level. Not even close. I don't even think he's even made an All-Star team yet.
Cat is not a superstar.
He's not. He's absolutely not.
He's not a superstar. He's a star. He's not a super.
Yeah.
He's not. You're not putting him up there with the upper. You're not putting him up there with the. Top
it's not
guys.
Luka and Kyrie here. This isn't Luka and Kyrie in the same team.
Yeah, that's.
But Dave, you second guessing yourself because you had Kyrie at the bottom of the barrel last year.
No, I know. When did I ever say that? You find one thing where I said Kyrie.
When the rumor was the Lakers was going to try to get Kyrie, you said he's not going to help the Lakers. You said that.
Listen, I said he wasn't going to the Lakers, baby. I never said he wouldn't help the Lakers. Kyrie's been one of the best point guards in the league since he came in. I mean, he helped big time help LeBron and get that title in Cleveland. I mean, that was a big part of his doing. I mean, dude, no, Kyrie Irving's a tremendous player. He's the smartest athlete in the world, by the way. I don't know if anybody knew that, but he's got the highest IQ of any athlete around. But the dude's a phenomenal player. I mean, Kyrie Irving's a great player. Now, I'll say this: I'll take my loss on Dallas because I did not think Dallas was that good to get to where they are. So I will take an L on Dallas.
I think sometimes, and I'm not being mean when I say this because I don't want to sound rude. I think sometimes you're a homer when it comes to the Pelicans. I really am.
No, I'm not a homer at all. I'm the most critical guy there is. I mean, I was on here.
If you do top to bottom NBA rosters, I'm sorry,
we're one of the top 5 rosters in the league.
Absolutely not. No way. No
absolutely. Richie, go name me. Like I said, name me the Timberwolves bench right now. I can name anybody can name the Pelicans.
I'm gonna give you an example right now. Who's your sixth man right now?
Who's my sixth man? Well, I mean, Trey Murphy. It could be C.J. McCollum. I mean, there's a few options. I mean, you got Jose Alvarado on the bench.
C.J. McCollum just started. C.J. McCollum just started.
Jordan Hawkins.
C.J. McCollum just started, Dave. Who's your
No, I'm saying going forward, I think C.J. needs to be more of a six-man role. But Trey Murphy's better. You go find me many guys.
You think C.J. McCollum's going to stay with the Pelicans and come off the bench?
Yeah.
What's that now?
Yeah,
absolutely not.
Absolutely, he needs to, Richie. He needs to. That's a big part of the problem.
He'll retire.
So, Richie, why won't he do it? He's making $35 million a year.
He will retire.
He doesn't have a choice. You play for a team and you go with Ginobili was a six-man. Look how valuable that was for San Antonio.
Darren, you honestly see a guy that's a starter for your team right now, and one of the best players on your team, all of a sudden coming back and he's going to come off the bench?
Hey, look, for $35 million, I'll sit the bench. I don't even need to come out of my warm suit.
I don't even think it's about the money. It's about his ego. He's not coming up the bench.
So Richie,
I mean, he's not really an ego guy. If you ever listen to him talk, like he's not really an ego guy. So if anybody would do it, it would be CJ.
Okay.
Because
so he goes on the bench. Who goes in the starting position?
Whoever you trade for.
I mean, anybody. You could have your starting lineup next year. Let's just hypothetically
first of all, you can't keep him. You can't keep him for $35 million after this year.
Listen, you're trading Ingram.
I don't want McCollum longer than this year.
You're trading Ingram for players. You're getting your starter right there. You're getting your starting guard right there.
Hopefully.
You are.
Hopefully.
Let's just throw I'm gonna throw a scenario out there. Let's just say you make the trade for DeJounte Murray.
That's a silly take, Dave. It really is.
What's a silly take?
There's no shot that McCollum's coming off the bench. No shot.
Yeah.
Richie, it's not a silly take at all. So let me ask you this. Okay, so let's go to this. Okay, Tony Kukoc was from Croatia. Let me go back because I go old school basketball.
Yep.
Tony Kukoc was the best European player at one point in time. He signed a massive contract, made more money than Scottie Pippen, was the second highest player on that Bulls roster. What did Tony Kukoc do? He came off the bench, was the best sixth man in the league during that time. He was better than Ron Harper. He was better than Luke Longley. But yet he came off the bench. He was the second highest paid player, and it worked. And they won 3 championships with Tony Kukoc. So, I mean, why does it not work? Manu Ginobili played his entire career almost as a sixth man.
Hey, y'all, so we got a question. Hey, we got a question from Mark. Mark said, can NOLA be a basketball city? No. No. We too small of a market. We too small of a market, and this is a football city, buddy. That's it.
Why y'all, Pancho? Why are you and Dave blinded by that? I'm telling you for 100% fact.
I go to 20 games this season, Richie.
That's you. I talk to guys and they
there.
Darren, honestly, do you care about the Pelicans that much? Honestly.
Hey, listen, I'd be upset if they left. I do try to make a game or two, but I'm a New Orleans guy though. So like New Orleans could get a hockey team. I'm a support it. You know what I mean? That's just me.
But do you have love for the Pelicans like you do your Saints?
No, I'm a who that. I mean, if push come to shove, like if right now I had it. Listen, if push came to shove, and Louisiana was like, look, we can either back the Saints or we're gonna back the Pelicans, and the other team's got to leave. See you later, Pelicans. Fly away.
Right. I agree with Darren.
But
that's what the question is.
No, you're asking for the basketball town, and yes, it is.
No, it is not.
Dude,
so Richie, let me ask you this: would you consider Boston a basketball town?
Well, I all day long.
Come on, let's be real. That's a basketball town. That's one of the best basketball towns on the planet. Boston Celtics, one of the best crowds you'll ever see in a playoff series.
Jesus,
that's a basketball city.
You can't compare the Pelicans franchise.
No, but it's like I'm making a case here in the courtroom. So would you say it's a basketball city? I would say so. One of the best franchises in all sports. They support the hell out of that team. It's a basketball city. But guess what? Basketball is not their first love. If anybody goes to Boston and knows about baseball, the Red Sox are priority. Like you're saying, if one had to leave, it'd be the Celtics. But
listen,
I still look at it as a basketball town. But hold on, Richie. But the Saints are always going to be first priority because that's just the nature.
And then you still got the Patriots.
But the Pelicans can still be a good basketball town.
I'll give you a perfect example of somebody Lewis just commented. I'm not a basketball fan, but it would be nice for a team that plays with heart, start to finish. Seems to be many soft players.
I don't think the Pelicans. I just think look, and it's easy. Look, if you're not watching them again, it looks that way. But Zion, man, before he got hurt, listen, dude, I'm going to defend Zion every chance I get after the way he played this year. That dude was balling out of control. It sucks. It absolutely sucks that he gets hurt, dude. It's horrible.
Dave, why do we give Zion so much credit? Granted, he did have a good year.
Because he's phenomenal when he plays. He's one of the top 10 players in the league when he plays.
But was it not the same ending result?
Richie, it was. But man, you hope he's 23. You hope that he gets past that somehow. Because when he plays, I don't care. It's not debatable. He's a top 10, maybe top 6 or so player in this league. When he plays,
Richie, do you hate the Pelicans?
What?
Richie, do you hate the Pelicans?
It seems
I do not hate the Pelicans, but I'm gonna give you. No.
I'm just asking because I'm just asking. No, listen. The reason why I'm asking is some of our new viewers just coming in. It seems like you come off like you hate the Pelicans, and I just wanted people to understand that. I want people to understand that you don't hate the Pelicans. I just wanted that to be out there.
But I'm gonna critique the team as I see it.
But Richie,
that's what we are supposed to do. That's our job.
And I don't see top to bottom talent like I do. Okay, I'll use another team, the Boston Celtics.
Richie, you're naming the best freaking team in the league. It's like
the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets. Is that a good?
The Denver Nuggets just won the championship. So that's the elite. So if we're in that conversation, great.
Okay, Minnesota. All right, Minnesota.
I think we have a better team top to bottom. Absolutely.
No way, Dave. No way.
Absolutely. Richie, I don't know where you get this from. Like 2 months ago, you said that.
Richie, if Zion,
I don't think we got a better team top to bottom than who? Than Minnesota? No, I don't think so. So.
Depth-wise, Darren, that's the thing. Like to me,
Minnesota. Oh, you talking about bench players also?
Darren, name the top 5 for the Timberwolves. Name the 5 starters.
We talking football?
I'll name it for you. I'll name it for you. Edwards, Towns, Rudy Gobert, who's defensive player.
Oh no, Richie, you get tore up in the comments, Richie.
Daniels, really?
Wait, who? Jaden McDaniels?
Nas Reed.
What's his name?
Nas Reed could start for the Pelicans.
Nas Reed's a pretty good ball player, Richie, but Mike Conley.
What up, Shane? And he comes off the bench.
Richie, listen, guy. You don't have to watch the games. You don't have to go to the games. I'm going to watch it. And I promise you, you're going to be the first person next year or the following year on the bandwagon on this podcast kissing all that ass. And you going to listen, and I'm going to ask for every kiss of it. So you got to kiss the whole ass.
For what? For what?
You're going to have to kiss the whole ass. Not you ain't going to miss a spot.
He's talking about the whole ass, man, like the entire ass.
Yes.
Like, stop.
When the
he said this is going to make Dion look like
I tell you what.
Man.
I'll tell you what. I'll make a bet with you. If the Pelicans win an NBA championship within the next 5 years, I'll wear a Falcons jersey for a whole week.
No, you won't. No, you won't. You ain't making that bet at all, buddy.
In the next 5 years?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's about the same time that they're going to be paying Michael Penix to be a backup quarterback. So, I mean, who knows what's going to happen, man?
Bro, no, indeed not. When you ain't wearing no Falcons, nothing.
I just think everybody puts their blinders on and just think it's just not there.
No, Richie, Did you not
just see the team in the playoffs?
We didn't have Zion.
Richie, once again, let's come back to point A. You take Anthony Edwards off the Wolves, they're swept in the first round. You take
Wait, they didn't have Zion?
No, we didn't have Zion.
They didn't? They didn't play the Lakers?
No, we didn't have Zion. Richie got hurt in the Lakers game after he was skull dragging the Lakers that entire game.
Whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah, 40 was the best player on the floor that night.
How many times they played the Lakers?
What's up, everybody? How y'all doing?
Richie, I'm not talking about every history of every game that the guy ever played. I'm talking about that night when he got hurt. He was the best player on the floor. He was whipping.
Darren, let me use this analogy to you.
Pull up the box score if you don't believe it. You don't watch the game, but he owned those dudes.
He owned them when?
The last game of the season, when he got hurt against the Lakers, he was the best player on the court that night. Anybody in the comments who watched that game, he owned these dudes. He made AD his bitch. He made LeBron his bitch. He bounced LeBron like 20 feet into the stands on one play. Dude, he was owning the show. He was the best player that night, and it wasn't even close. That dude, if he plays in the playoffs, I think we got a legit chance to knock off a damn good Oklahoma City team. I'm
Richie,
Richie,
Jimmy says Richie hates all New Orleans sports. That's why he loves Mahomes.
I'm starting to see it, man. But hey, I had to convince Richie that the Chiefs were going to win this year. Week 8, Week 10, everybody was jumping off the Chiefs thing. I said, dude, they're still probably going to be the champs, man. They're still the best team to me. And
hey, look, Shane.
What's
up, Shane?
Richie, go
back. If he didn't get hurt. Stop it. Miss me with
stuff. Hey, next subject. But listen, hold on. Let me read some of this. Let me read some of this.
Let's talk about some relevant teams that's actually playing for the championship.
Hey, hold on. Time out, y'all. Let's talk about this.
Hate right there, man.
Shane says, "What's up, everybody?" Mark says, "Nice read." Lewis says, "Jimmy's crazy." Oh, Dwayne says, "What's up, Coach D? What's up, everybody?" Shane says, "No way the Pels have a better roster than the Timberwolves." Laugh my ass off. Is this really a question? Lewis said, "Basketball, no shot." Coach Shane, my buddy. Coach Shane. Coach Shane, my friend.
Okay.
He got a
Mark said, "Tell him, Pancho." Jimmy says, so are you, Lewis. I guess talking about a who that. Mark says Zion is a future GOAT. I mean, listen, he could be a future GOAT. You know what I mean? If he stays healthy.
Look, I'm gonna make this one comment. Let's bounce off of it. Zion's 23, been in the league 6 years. He's got all this time. They got players in the league coming in right now.
He's been hurt 70% of the time.
Hey, listen, Lewis, he is 100% a football fan. He likes basketball a little bit, but Richie is a football fan. Yes, that's his first love.
Listen, so I want to touch on this subject, man. Let's talk about Darren. We all familiar with the LSU baseball. You know, this big run they made in the SEC tournament. You know, most people don't follow baseball during the season. You know, during the regular season, but when it comes playoffs, they know LSU is always going to be in that number. So, you know, it was a good run in the SEC tournament. You know, I admit I didn't watch regular season games, but what I seen, you know, they had a nice run. And Jared Jones is a monster, man. That guy is something to be reckoned with. He looks like a man among boys. But it was a big run. They lost Dylan Cruz. They lost their best pitcher. You lose a lot of guys last year to return back into the, you know,
they got hot late at the right time.
Yeah, and
we young, man.
That Helmer's pitching the hell of a game.
Darren, I didn't agree with the starter coming in in that last inning.
You
I
can
didn't agree.
always.
Hey, I did.
You can always agree.
Listen,
You can always disagree. But
Darren,
listen,
you have a closer for a reason.
but listen, what I'm telling you, you had to win that game. That was a must-win game. So you're gonna exhaust everything that you can. Listen, the kid came in throwing 96 miles per hour. If he gets the call he's supposed to get, he's out. Don't forget, you had a pitch that was called a ball, which was a strike. Then the next one, it was a check swing that was clearly a strike. All right. Then the next pitch, he hits the single that scores the tie and run. He's out right there. We shouldn't even win into extra innings.
The single was the most catchable thing in the world. He just
No, not that one. No, not that one. That was a bloop out to left. That wasn't catchable.
That's very good. It hit him in his glove.
No. You talking about later on, brother?
Okay.
That's a different inning. That's a different inning.
Hey, I want to say something about LSU baseball.
That happened
real quick,
in the 10th inning.
That was in the 10th, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You can't win the game.
So look, man, good season. You know, I mean, look, it was a heck of a year. I want to say something about LSU baseball real quick, man. And I think this is like monumental. Look, dude, you know I'm a Cubs fan. I got fucking try not to suck shirt. I got the Cubs hat.
Jimmy just said, "Go Cubs, go!"
Absolutely, he knows the jam, man. Jimmy knows the jam. And look, dude, I'll say this, man. Paul freaking Skeens. Listen, dude, I've had a chance to watch him about twice against the Cubs. I watched one other game with him. And, I mean, that dude right now, and I'm going to say this, and I thought he'd be damn good, but he's 22 years old. He's made about a handful of starts. He might be the best pitcher in baseball by next season, dude. I mean, he's that freaking good. I mean, he's phenomenal. I've never seen too many situations like this, dude. I'm crazy baseball nerd, just like Broncho.
Look.
I mean, almost like Kerry Wood coming into the league.
But more controlled, more controlled than Kerry. Similar, very similar.
And the piggyback what you just said off the talent, like what Pancho just said, of the talent that LSU lost last year. And look, Lewis made a great comment. He said Jay Johnson is the real deal.
Real deal.
Yes, he is. Look at Dylan Cruz. He's going to be up before you know it with Washington.
I think Dylan is probably another year out. Dude,
he might be.
I think it's another year out. I agree with you, Pancho.
A lot people don't understand the jump from college to MLB.
Right.
It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier as a pitcher. But batting it's a totally different. We want to
listen.
Right.
We want to, no matter what happened. Look, like Darren posted it earlier. LSU had a great year. Everybody should be proud. I'm proud of how far they got, losing all that talent last year. That was a lot.
That's what you said. You got a great coach. You got a great coach. You got a great recruiter.
This is my take on the draft pick from last year between Cruz and Skeens. I would have took Skeens 10 out of 10 because he's faster to the MLB. Cruz is going to take you 1 maybe to 3 years. You got to beat the minor league system. You got to use a wooden bat. He hasn't used a wooden bat in his whole career.
Right. You're right.
It's a different feel, and it's like you get adjusted. It's a whole dude. It's like playing a whole new sport, going to a wooden bat, and that's why.
Well, look, Pancho, it's like you don't see too many Ken Griffey Juniors and A-Rods and Juan Soto situations where guys come out like 19 years old and they're just killing it right away. Like you said, it is. Look at Pete Crow-Armstrong with the Cubs right now. It's a little bit of a process, you know.
Listen, let's dive into something that's really hitting the headlines right now. The Catlin Clark situation. A little while ago, Gino from the UConn women's basketball program said that he thinks Catlin Clark is now getting targeted by players in the WNBA. I'm not sure it's targeting. I think they just – I don't know. I want your opinion on it first before I really dive into it, because I'm just all on the fence about it.
Here's my take on it. My take on it is basketball. Okay, the players they got different sides of the fence. The talking heads are taking.
What up, Lance?
You got the talking heads taking that. Yes, they being really harsh on her. They jealous. They this and that. And then you got the other one where she's a rookie and you got to earn your keep, right? You just don't come in the league and just run around like freely. Like, you got to get the bumps and bruises. The veterans are there to teach you something. Just like Darren tell you in football, the rookies come in, they carry the luggage, they make they breakfast, they carry the drinks,
they pay for dinner.
You the bitch basically. So she has to pay her dues. Now, if she gets a little bump here and there, listen, how many bumps in the NBA, in the WNBA has they had this year and has been a non-issue? a ton of them. Why make an issue out of the one bump and not every other bump?
Because
Well, look, y'all gotta-
every move she's under the microscope. Like every move she made
listen.
in college, her and Angel Reese under the microscope.
Yeah, but listen, that's all calculated, fellas. You got to remember something. You know what they say? Any publicity is good publicity, including bad publicity. The WNBA wasn't even talked about. We did how many shows we did last year? I don't know what we did. 20 shows, 25 shows, or whatever. We didn't talk about the WNBA. We didn't talk about the WNBA for 10 seconds last year.
Dude, I can't name
what it's doing.
Players in the WNBA.
Look, so what I'm saying is, look what it's doing. Okay, the WNBA has 2 teams that bust everybody's ass. It's what it is. It's been like that for 7 years.
But
or something like that.
y'all really don't think it's more to it than what it is. I mean,
No.
we're not going to address the elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room is that this happens in every major sport, and they're making a big deal out of it.
Yeah, I agree with Darren. I agree with Pancho also on this. And I just want to add real quick. To me, dude, it's like Darren made a good point. We don't talk about the WNBA because, I mean, and no offense to women or anybody else, I respect the hell out of what they do, but it's not a very popular sport over the years. And now with Catlin Clark, it's got all this popularity. It's selling so many season tickets, breaking records, TV ratings are through the roof.
Shane hit the nail on the head.
Yeah, there's a jealousy element here. Let's be real, y'all.
Yes.
No offense to any women, but these are women in their 20s jealous of another woman.
Listen, Shane hit the nail on the head. Everybody's complaining on Clark getting banged up, but she herself has a complaint that is never talked about. She don't complain about it. She never said nothing because you know why? That's part of the dues.
You know why she's not complaining? You know why she's not complaining, Darren? Because she'll get hated on.
Listen,
she's not complaining because it's part of the process. When you're a freshman in high school, you get friends.
Okay, here's my take on
your Lord and Savior is here.
So
can I weigh in on this? I've been following this
Come on, Chris. Let's bring it in, man.
All right. Here's the thing. I know where Richie was going to go with that, and I'm going to tell you why people are believing that. It's not so much that's happening. It's the media that's making that narrative. I've been really following that, and it's the media that's just bringing up the race part about it. It's not even now when it comes to the actual players, I think like Dave, there is some jealousy and bitterness with that, I think, because of the attention of not of her doing. And that's the sad part. None of this is because of her. She's just gone out there and played great. It's everybody else that's all the drama around her that's been the issue. She's the victim of circumstance right here. I mean, yeah, granted, she has to pay her dues, and I agree with that. But there's something else there, because if you go back and watch this, no one even brought the fact up her own teammate walked off. Think about that happen in the NBA, a guy just bumps you like that on the in ball. That
I wish she would come on and say, you know what? Just like what Darren and Dave just said, I'm making the WNBA relevant again. So all y'all can kiss my ass. I could care less.
But she'll be bumped even more the next game.
Look,
this is what you're gonna see.
Like this. You had Angel. Everybody else is coming out bashing her. They're making themselves look like clowns and don't even realize it. They think they're the show, but they're not. They're making themselves look like clowns.
It's all jealousy and envy. I'm telling you.
Look, like
I don't
Darren
think it
said,
completely is, but I think it has a lot to do with it.
Look, Darren made the point. It's making the WNBA relevant. We're talking about it. Now, what they have to do is capitalize off of this, and they need to keep it relevant. And the way to keep it relevant is to maybe rally behind Catlin now, and they can push this big rally behind her and play that, or you just keep going and just don't address it, and then you go back out of being relevant again.
All right, here's the problem with that. I'm about to dismiss that for you real quick. You can't do it now because you and me have already been in this discussion, and it goes back to the Deion Sanders' kids. These players are not the same. They don't think the same way. Everything has to be given to them now.
Yep.
It's a different world. I'm going to say this. I don't think race has anything to do with it.
Perfect example. This dude's not even NBA quality, and he may get drafted to an NBA team and play on the starting roster.
Look, Fatty, we're going to go on that. You know we're going to get on that subject, man.
But no,
that's happening.
But you got to think it's
that's happening.
Of the players.
And Chris,
they're entitled.
But look, I don't think. I just want to say this real quick. This is the only thing I want to say about Catlin Clark. I don't think it's racial at all. I really don't. I honestly don't believe that at all.
The media has made it racial, not so much it is racial.
Right. I mean, look, dude. There's been look, Fatty. There's been girls, and look, I can't name many WNBA players, but I knew Sue Bird. I knew Diana Taurasi. There's others. There's been many great white female players in the WNBA. And this hasn't happened before, so it's not a race thing.
Well, let me tell you what. You can say what you want to say. Diana Taurasi is one of my favorite female athletes, period. I watched a lot of her games, and I promise you, she never got treated like this her rookie season.
Hey, no, that's the point I'm trying to make. That's what I'm saying. It's not a racist element.
Let me make this point before it goes out of my head. So, Chris, I'm going to address you with this. Me being a coach, Little League, okay, it's still kids trying to do their best at the sport. Darren's coached grown adults, he's coached teenagers, he's coached kids. To throw a blanket statement saying that these kids don't want to do better or they don't hustle, dog. I've seen kids out there day in and day out.
No, but
there is kids out there that don't
children. These are teenagers that are influenced by social media now.
No, and I get that.
These are not the same kids that you coach.
I know, but Chris, a lot of them athletes. They're not tied to social media the way your normal kid is. These kids are out there busting their ass. They're on AAU
the pros right now. We're not talking about we're talking about when you get there. I mean, that whole attitude. Like I said, we've already had with Deion Sanders' kids. The dude was what was he promoting his brand in the middle of halftime, and you getting your ass kicked in the middle of a game? But that would be unheard of back 20 years ago.
You're right, Fatty. That's bad parenting.
But that's a cherry pick. That is a cherry pick situation.
That's just the way it's done now.
No, that's Deion bad parenting, man. That's bad parenting.
Nick Saban ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's a select few people, and we can cherry pick.
Don't worry about it. Deion ain't never winning Father of the Year no time soon. Trust me.
Good Lord! Oh my God,
that's crazy.
Are we going to transition to the sons that don't deserve the treatment?
Hey, so listen to me. Hey,
I do know that man.
Hey, listen to me. Hey. Let me read this comment, and then why don't we talk about the biggest elephant in the room? So Shane says the WNBA has the blueprint from Magic and Bird. If they market it correctly, the league can be relevant going forward. Use Angel Reese and Catlin Clark to the league benefit. I agree with that.
Bingo.
Now, I agree completely with that. They have to be good enough, though. They have to be, and I'm not saying they won't be, but they have to be Magic and Bird on the court. I mean, it's a great storyline. I get completely what he's saying, but as long as they become those players on the court.
Well, remember something.
If I told you a stat, Darren, you probably would be shocked.
Well, I know this stat that Catlin Clark and Angel Reese has both broken WNBA records.
All right, but listen, we're talking about envy and jealousy. Catlin Clark's total salary for this upcoming year with endorsements and everything else, she's going to make more money than every single player in the WNBA combined.
Right. But hold on. Remember something, though. Without Catlin Clark, Clark, she was the first one to sign the big shoe deal.
Yes.
They've had two or three other players since Catlin got in the league sign shoe deals. Yeah. So she's opening up alleyways and gateways for people. Yep. That's what she's doing, okay? Yep. So who cares if it's a Martian? If somebody can open up your eyes and open up different revenues for you, then why would you hate on that person?
I agree.
Think about this. The Big Easy Mafia has brought us in, and we're gonna be part of them. They got over 200-something thousand followers. We embrace that. That's good because that's gonna help us. We're gonna help them. The problem with people is they get jealous about it. Listen, if I'm making money, you making money. Let's go.
That's all it takes. There's always that one hater on every team. There's that Patrick Beverly kind of fucker on every team that could be a hater.
Yep.
You know.
Well, look, guys, let's move on. Let's move on from that. You know, the next
Here we go.
We're gonna bring up is LeBron James manipulating this NBA draft to get his son drafted in the first round?
I'll be the first. So Richie,
it feels like Pancho's been the first for every topic, man. I'm just saying.
Dude, I brought this up when it wasn't even relevant, and I asked you at some point. I said, does anybody draft Bronny just because LeBron wants to play with him? And I'm not going to go through the footage, but I promise you, there was a big resounding. He's not He's not even close to getting drafted. He won't get drafted. There's no lead. There's no team that's going to take that risk, waste a draft pick. When I said somebody is you can draft Bronny at wherever in the second round, and you can turn around and flip this cat for 2 firsts and a second. Somebody's going to give it up. So wherever LeBron goes, wherever LeBron plays, that team is giving, and it can't be the Lakers. The Lakers don't have the ammo to move.
They don't.
So
They have a first round pick.
they're not going to use the first round pick. They could.
Yeah. They are.
might.
They are.
They might.
They are.
Richie,
You mean 17th? Well, they got the 17th pick, right?
17th pick that the Pelicans allowed them to have. Yeah.
I'm going to let you speak, Dave. Dave Pancho, I'm going to give you a scenario. So if LeBron James goes, and Darren, you too, LeBron James goes to Jeannie Buss, who's clearly said they're going to do everything in their power to keep LeBron James to get him to sign a new deal. If he goes to Jeannie Buss, said, you either sign you draft my son with that 17th pick, or I'm out of here. What you think they're going to do?
So so I'm gonna do one quick second. So I talked with Dave a little while ago about his phone, and I brought this up. So at this point in time, LeBron is going to dictate what happens. LeBron can't leave the Lakers. He can't. LeBron single-handedly crippled the Lakers. Why? He took all their draft picks through him. He wanted AD, traded all the draft picks away. The only way the Lakers can get any better is to pay people. They can't draft. There's no draft to be done. So again, LeBron has to stay there and do his due diligence. He left Cleveland, but he went back to Cleveland. So he made that okay. But if he leaves the Lakers, the franchise, with no picks, with no players, and he leaves, dog, I don't know. Can your persona take that hit to know that you left a storied franchise in such disarray with no picks and all that? The only way people are going to go there is you pay them. With no LeBron, with no AD, anybody that goes there is going to want premium money, and you're only going to get minimum talent.
Go ahead, Dave.
So they need LeBron to stay there.
Here's my thing, though. But if LeBron, I mean, we talk about the same freaking guy that went on ESPN special, made it all about himself, left his hometown of Cleveland, Ohio, and didn't give two shits about those people who burned jerseys and everything else. So to me, he absolutely is that dude who will leave the Lakers if he wants to leave them. He ain't worried about feelings. He ain't worried about the city of LA. He did it to his home freaking town. So that's the first thing I got to touch on. But
didn't he kind of make that clear that he was going to do that anyway? He was going to go play with his son wherever it was at. Didn't he say that?
Well, and that's, I mean, there's a lot of talk about Phoenix. There's even talks about him going back to Cleveland, and that might be hinging on this Brandon Ingram deal, which is a weird kind of way it's all tied together. But, I mean they're trying to dump Darius Garland's contract.
Donovan Mitchell would be wonderful right now, dude.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Imagine that team right now. If they dump Darius Garland, well, let's say in their eyes, they dump Darius Garland. Let's say the Pelicans want to deal with Jarrett Allen and Darius Garland. They send Brandon Ingram and some other shit there. All of a sudden, you got a team in Cleveland with Donovan Mitchell, LeBron James, Evan Mobley, Brandon Ingram. That's a serious threat right there. That's better than anything the Lakers could put together by a wide margin.
And then you add LeBron.
So I'm just saying, why would he not go there and bring his son to his hometown of Cleveland? To me, that makes a hell of a lot of sense.
But Darren, you discounting like the Lakers aren't in this thing right
They're not.
now.
They're not good. They're not going anywhere. Their window is closing.
There was one game away from the finals last year.
Richie, that was last year. No, this year they got their asses handed to them in the first round with a full team. They didn't have no excuses. They had their whole lineup out there.
Richie,
they're getting older. Every year he gets older, that window's getting shorter and shorter, about to close. I mean, we saw it happen to all the greats.
I get what you're saying, but you do realize Paul George is talking about going to LA.
So Richie,
they can't afford him.
You got 2 words. It's called salary cap. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
It's called luxury tax.
Look,
Richie, he's already in LA. Why would he just go?
It's called luxury tax that you can pay, Pancho.
But Richie, he's already in Los Angeles.
Look, you're gonna have to pay. You're gonna have to
Hey, LeBron is a free agent, right? LeBron's a free agent,
yes,
right?
LeBron, and what else is going to happen? You're about to lose D'Angelo Russell as well, who I'm not the biggest fan of, but he did have a good year. But D'Angelo's going to top out.
So, Dave, I'm going to pose the question to you and Darren, like I just told Pancho. With LeBron being a free agent, if he goes to Jeannie Buss and says, I'm only signing a new deal if you draft my son with the 17th pick, are they going to do it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not Jeannie Buss. I can't answer that question. I think it'd be a stupid ass move.
Question. Come on.
No, I mean, I can't. How can you answer for somebody? Hypothetically, is it a good move? Hell no, it's not a good move. It's a bad move. You got to do something to be 40 years old, and you're going to waste a pick on his son who's not that good.
You saying hypothetically, it's going to happen. He's going to say that. LeBron's going to give him that ultimatum.
Well, listen,
what up, Gabe?
I'm thinking about the Bronny thing the whole time. To me, he is not worth a first-round pick. He's not even, to me, a top 50 talent.
I'm not disagreeing with you. 100%. I'm not.
So, with Dan, what's your take on this?
All right, so me, remember, I'm always got football mind, right?
Yeah,
but I'm also got football mind as far as being a GM. You got 16 picks before the Lakers are coming up.
Yep.
So if I'm a GM and I don't really like, if I'm in that 14th, 15th pick and I don't really like anybody, why wouldn't somebody, especially somebody who's already good with their core of their team?
Yep.
Remember, some people, they draft them, but they good with their core. They good with their core of their team. Like, they know that the draft's not going to make their stock go up anymore. So why wouldn't you take the chance at, let's say, 15th or 14th and pick Bronny? Reason you're picking Bronny is because everybody knows Bron wants to play with his son.
Yep.
Then you got trade bait. That's major trade bait for one of the greatest players to ever play basketball. Whether you want to say he's the greatest or not, your opinion. But he is still one of the greatest players to ever play. That's not an argument. So why wouldn't you take Bronny at like 14 or 15, whoever you are, whatever team, and then you turn around and tell the Lakers, all right, I'm going to take your 17th this year, and I know the Pelicans own you in, 2025 or 2026, however they do their draft. But I'm going to take the next year number 1 from you too, and a number 2 or whatever, and I might take one of your players. I would probably pick Bronny as trade bait.
All right, so so I'm gonna pick back off your good. That was a good take right there. But so if the Pels decide to keep the 17th, they draft Bronny. Then what, Richie?
So LeBron's coming at.
Well, no, they said they deferred it already, right? We
deferred.
Then you'll get LeBron. Then you'll get LeBron James come save the city of New Orleans.
Look, Dave,
he ain't Batman.
Listen, we wouldn't
saying.
Hey, the screen we see you.
Okay,
on,
can I?
Wait.
All right, can I say?
Ricky,
he'll
hold up.
listen? Wait, listen.
Wait,
then we if LeBron comes play. Listen, if LeBron comes plays with the Pelicans, I know Drew Brees is probably the greatest athlete to ever lace him up in Louisiana. Well, he'll be second after that.
No, he's not. He's not the greatest athlete to ever lace him up in Louisiana. He's the greatest football player to play for the Saints.
Why is he not?
He's the greatest football player to play for the Saints. He ain't the greatest athlete ever.
Who is?
Ed Reed.
Stop.
I'm just saying, I'm a defensive guy.
I don't have every.
I knew that's where it came from.
You're crazy as hell right now.
Okay, well, I got Troy Polamalu my top, so whatever.
What about Pistol Pete? Or you can go with 100 different players, man. Remember, Louisiana, we strong, bro. Louisiana, we strong.
Shaq, right there.
Shaquille O'Neal.
He's not from Louisiana. He's from Texas.
Wait, but hold on. All right. We're getting all crazy. We sound like a bunch of dudes that just had their first fucking alcoholic beverage.
Look at Darren. Darren's like, wait a minute, I'm thinking now. Hold on.
Rick,
but Darren made a good point with the whole thing. And that look, Darren's scenario is going to be proposed everywhere. What if a team does that? But to me, here's the only downfall is, like Pancho said it earlier, the Lakers do not have many assets. And this is where I'm getting at. They're not going to trade Davis.
No.
He's their future alpha. The problem is they have nobody else. Nobody's taking Austin Reeves, who doesn't play defense.
No Steven.
Super inconsistent. They have no
Steven and no Steven. No Peyton Manning over no Drew Brees. God-forsaken, no. The dude barely has a winning record in the playoffs. Peyton Manning. Hell no.
No, but here's my thing about Bronny. Let's go back to Bronny for a second. To me, here's the problem. So if you're the Lakers, I like what the Pelicans did by deferring this pick. They're calling the Lakers bluff and say, hey, here you go, fuckers. Here's number 17. Go draft that dude who's going to average 3 points a game for the next 2 years and then be out of the league. So the Pelicans served it up on a platter.
Me, Pancho, and Darren all agree with you. Nobody's saying that Bronny's worthy of a first-round pick.
Hell no.
I'm giving the Pelicans kudos. I think it was a smart move.
You're not just getting Bronny. That's what Darren's trying to tell you.
It might be smart though.
Ricky,
the Pelicans move was really smart to defer that pick.
So listen to this breakdown. Let's break this down.
Mm-hmm.
So if we keep the pick, we keep the 17th pick, right?
Yeah, I think they already elected to do it, Ponch. They already deferred it.
I'm just saying hypothetically.
They deferred it already.
Yeah, I think they already had to announce it by
They
certain
deferred
time
it
or
already,
something.
Pancho.
Yeah.
I'm saying if they would have, I'm thinking if they would have kept the pick, we still could have got that next year pick and then the following year pick, regardless if we deferred it to next year.
You know,
So-
you know, Pancho, y'all keep saying that about why nobody addresses that, Darren, about all and Dave, about all the picks that the Pelicans have gotten over the last 5 years and done nothing with them.
What are you
What do
talking
you mean?
about?
Whoa. Done nothing with who?
Herb
Whoa, done
Jones,
nothing with
you
who?
got you got
Herb Jones is
you got
one of the
Jordan
top 3
Hawkins, you got
defensive
Trey
players in the
Murphy.
NBA.
You got
Herb Jones is Herb Jones is probably a top 50 player in the NBA.
Whoa, hold on. He's dude, Richie, he just made all NBA first team defensively. He's probably, to me, if there's 2 better players defensively in the league than him, I don't know who they are, because to me he's in that top 3 category of best defensive players, period. His offensive game stepped up a lot. He's hitting threes. He's got a great Euro move.
I don't think he's a top 3 defender.
Richie, why not? Give me a good reason why not, because I watched that guy lock down everybody.
He's not better than Drew Holiday. He's not better than Holiday. He's not better than Holiday.
I think at this point in his career he is. I love Drew Holiday, but
no shot.
I mean, Drew's 34 years old, Richie. I mean, he's 10 years older than Herb almost.
He ain't better than Rudy Gobert. They got defensive player of the year.
Let's move on for that.
But hold on. But what are you saying about the first round picks? So I think they hit very well in the picks. I think Jordan Hawkins is going to be a stud. That wasn't his fault that he didn't get minutes at late in the season. I mean, Jordan Hawkins played his ass off.
Dave, what I mean by that, and Baby Pancho, you can address it. I'm talking about the talent that we have in the NBA that the Pelicans could have drafted.
Listen, no, we good.
Well, Richie, I don't think they missed really bad or any picks.
3/4 of our team is from our own draft.
Yeah, we
didn't
built
buy
this
these
team.
players.
Yeah.
We didn't
from the ground.
These are all drafted players, from Zion to everybody. The only one really is CJ and Ingram. Everybody else is 3 guys that was drafted, 2 guys that were brought in. You're about to bring another one in from being in the story, so you're gonna have.
And listen. I think one thing, and I know he's a fan favorite. I think the Pelicans need to move on from Alvarado.
Oh, well, no. Richie, here's the thing about Alvarado. I think fans liked him a lot, and we love his hustle and his heart, but he's not a starting player. He's more of an energy guy off the bench. He does serve a purpose. He's just not. I think people got enamored with the Jose. You know, and look, this dude's really he's a solid. He's got heart, but he's a solid bench player. Is what he is. He's
a 7th player. He's a number 7. He's a number 7 player.
Darren, he might be 8.
No, not because his hustle. He does have a lot of skills. You know, he brings a little bit of tenacity to the team. So I'm going to give him like 7th. Maybe 8.
You love having that guy on your roster. You don't want him to be a starter, but you love having that guy on your roster.
I would push him to 8 because you got Trey Murphy, then you got Larry Nance. I mean, come on, that's
different. That's different players.
I mean, Jordan Hawkins has all the potential in the world.
Yeah, but that's different. We're talking about different levels, man. I'm talking about hype-wise.
Of everything that we're saying with trades with the Pelicans, y'all, I think Dave, you just said his name. I think they got to give Hawkins a starting job.
Well, look, here's the issue, and that's why Brandon Ingram. That's why you trade Ingram more than anything. I think you have the pieces to replace him.
Absolutely, yes.
Richie, I watch so much fucking basketball, dog.
I watch basketball too, Pancho.
Okay, hold on now. We doing good with no cursing. Dave dropped one F-bomb. Hey, we doing good, fellas. No cursing.
Hey, sometimes I gotta put him in a place. You know what I'm saying?
Right now, you keep saying basketball.
Put an F-bomb thing. We're allowed like 4 per episode, man.
Hawkins,
taking my F-bomb, y'all.
Hey,
Dave, you don't, dude. Dave, you don't. Dave, don't you think? Don't you think Hawkins deserves a starting job?
I mean, look, here's my thing, Richie. I love his all-around game. He's not just a shooter. The dude, I think he's got to grow a little bit defensively, though, to get there. I agree with Pancho on that part of it. I do agree with the upside. He will be a starter within the next 2 years. I'll say that.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's this year, but
next year is not his year. He's still.
No, I think you got to give him more minutes, and I think that's a big reason why Brandon Ingram. Look, Brandon Ingram's not a bad basketball player. We're not trading him because he's not good. We're trading him because he's going into the last year of his contract. You want to get something before he leaves, possibly.
Just smart.
You don't want to give him max money, and you got guys that can replace him with Trey Murphy or Jordan Hawkins. So I mean, that's why you're dangling him out there.
Let's move on. Everybody keeps asking. Let's talk about these NBA finals. Let's get everybody's picks. Which teams going to move forward? What's the difference? We'll start. Darren, have you kept up with the NBA finals?
I have been keeping up a little bit, but I want to get Dave's opinion on this first because Dave and Pancho are the two basketball guys. So Dave, I'm gonna give you the floor first.
Okay. What we got?
Go ahead,
Oh, about the finals? Oh, my bad. I was waiting for the next part of it. My bad, dude. So finals. Look, dude, I was dead wrong about Dallas, man. I will claim my losses when they're there, bro. And Dallas proved me wrong. I thought it was just Luka, Kyrie, and that was it. But there's some other guys, that young kid, the big man stepping up. I think that, the coaching's been great. But I've liked Boston since the start of the season. I think they're the deepest roster in the league right now when healthy. Drew Holiday, to me, is going to be a big impact player in this series. I mean, I've always thought Drew's been one of the best defensive players of his era. And I think he's going to bother either Kyrie or Luka enough to maybe, sway this thing Boston's way. But Jason Tatum, man, this is the time for him to really take that next leap to, like, crazy status. I mean, he's a great player, superstar, but this is a big series for Jason Tatum.
No, he's not.
I'm gonna go on the math side, man. Now there's a lot coming in. Kyrie, I mean, even at the beginning, you got two ball dominated guys on the same team. That normally doesn't work out. Kyrie, the talking heads at the White Collars, they said there's no way this is gonna work. How that was the most stupidest move to get rid of the half their team to get Kyrie. But obviously it worked out, and it's magic, dude. It's really, if you sit there and watch it, dude, it's like magic in motion. It's everything is smooth. They go down 18 to 20 points, dude, and they come back. Like, so, they person there. It's a lot that they playing as a team. That is a team. Now on the flip side, you got money hungry Boston Celtics. That was planned on being here from day one. You got a big, huge piece coming back in Kristaps. Kristaps is going to help the Celtics. He hasn't played since the beginning of end of May or beginning of May or something. So he's been out the playoffs. And Porzingis is a huge piece, man. So
you can stretch that floor, man. You can stretch it.
But dude, Luka, there's not a dude. I don't know if there's a more pure shooter out there than Luka. Luka is, man. Luka. I mean, you can go with the Steph, but dude, as of lately, dude, from any spot on the floor, Luka's throwing it up and it's going in.
He's fun to watch, dude. He's a superstar, man. He's fun to watch. You can
only hope, dude. That's a superstar. What you was naming earlier ain't no superstar, bro. Luka's money, dude. And
listen, I will tell you this. I will agree with you 100%. Luka will be the best player on the court. But let me tell you, Dallas is going to need a lot more than Luka. Trust me.
Yeah.
Well, Dallas is center.
Because Kyrie will be shut down this series from I'm telling you right now.
Kyrie reinvented. He's a different monster.
I like the story of Kyrie.
Dude, he played against Richie. On the way to this, he's played against Ant Edwards.
He's too small, and Holiday's going to be on him.
Dude, he dominated Ant Edwards. Ant Edwards is supposed to be the next Michael Jordan.
Pancho, y'all don't understand, and people keep saying it. You don't realize how hard it is to go against Drew Holiday.
You know, I mean, look what happened years ago with C.J. McCollum with the Blazers in that series.
To go against Drew Holiday, brother. I don't
know. Drew Holiday will minimize Kyrie Irving. I'm telling you.
You watch, and find out. You watch,
dude. The talent. If you look, we just did it with the Pelicans and Timberwolves. If you look at teams talent for talent, Dallas ain't even on the same stratosphere.
They have the best 1-2 punch in the league.
Who?
Dallas.
Come on, stop.
Name a better 1-2 punch. Name me a better 1-2 punch.
I gotta agree with Pancho on that.
Name me a better 1-2 shot. You can't.
Who are we talking, Richie? Who are we putting?
Why do y'all say Kyrie? I don't get that at all. I really don't.
Kyrie's been one of the best players in the NBA the past 5-6 years, man. I mean, he's
now this year he's down. This year
y'all say 1-2 punch, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You go look at Jason Tatum's and Jaylen Brown's numbers. Go ahead, look at
it's tomato. To me, my opinion.
Okay, I got what you're saying. So so go from there. You got Eric White, superstar.
Hold on.
No.
Hold up. Somebody just mentioned something in the chat though.
Yep.
Is it true that Boston is under 500 at home?
100%, yes.
Okay, well if that's the case, then
how they in the playoffs? You talking about?
Yes.
They have 62
there's no way they're under 500
They're not 500. They only lost 2 games in the whole playoffs. too.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no way they could be under 500.
And they won 62 games in the season.
Hold on.
You only play 82.
All right, hold on. Time out. I'm just saying what one of our fans is saying. Cooch said Boston's under 500 at home. That's not going to cut it.
No, that's
Where
not
are we getting that? Where are we getting that from?
Listen, Darren, they lost 20 games all season.
Yeah, they can't be under 500 at home.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right. That's what I'm figuring. And they didn't lose but one. What, they lost one in the playoffs?
I'm going to say this: Pelicans. Celtics, to me, have probably the best home court advantage, possibly next to Golden State in the playoffs. I mean, have you ever heard?
It's a Celtics
go to a
game
Celtics game and watch that crowd, dude. That crowd is intense.
I tell you right now. I'm with y'all. I want to see Luka win a championship. I do.
No, I'm not. I'm taking Boston, boys.
Listen,
I'm going Boston as well, man.
This is a Celtics.
I'm telling you right now. I think Celtics win it in 5.
And 5?
Yep.
Richie,
I wouldn't say 5, bro.
I'm going to say 6.
I'll say 6.
I'm going to go 6.
I'm saying 6.
I'm going 6.
I'm going with you, Dave. 6.
You know what's going to be intriguing? The Porzingis and a Lively matchup down low.
No, good call.
And I'm gonna give you another prediction, Darren. This game tomorrow night, Boston wins by 20 at least.
You're not having blowouts, bro.
Why? All right, you gonna see? All right, okay.
Look,
they 30.
Hey, Pancho, you a basketball guy, right? You do realize Boston's margin of victory this year is over 15, right?
Bro,
Average.
they are 37. They are 37-4 at home. Holy
I was about to say,
shit!
there's no way they're under 500 at home. There's no way.
37-4.
Yeah, they don't lose at home, basically. That's probably the best home record in the NBA, I'm sure.
You play 82 games, 41 at home, 41 away. So
I would say they're the best home team in the league. I mean, would you argue? I don't think anybody's got a better home record than that.
4 losses? I guess the hell not.
I was about to say, I don't think. I'm going to tell you, watch a Boston game. You can't find. Listen, dude, Saints fans, we appreciate ruckus, rowdy atmospheres. Boston, dude, is as rowdy as it gets, dude. I mean, these are the same guys that were taught Lamar Odom years ago about being, about Khloe Kardashian. I mean, they don't give a shit.
Look, this is what I'm based.
Me and Dave went to a Celtics Grizzlies game in the Boston Gardens years ago. Didn't we?
Yeah,
really?
Listen. This is what people don't want to see because you got the average NBA people that watch only the playoffs. Darren, when I tell you Boston has been the front runner from start to finish all season, that's exactly what they.
Hey, listen. A friend of mine, Jessica, she's from up there. She moved to Florida, and then Florida, she moved here. A friend of mine, Jessica, man, real good friend of mine. She's a diehard everything Boston. Everything, Patriots, the damn Celtics, she's big time. So I'm pulling for her team, Boston, because that's what it is. She's a Saints fan nowadays too, so that's why she says "pat that" instead of "who that."
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I'm just wishing for a good series, which I don't think it will be. I hope it is, but
Shane says by 10. Shane says by 10 tomorrow night.
So, Ricky, this is how it breaks down.
Choo!
Now. You can match the 1-2 punch. I would give the edge to Luka. The rest of the roster goes to the Celtics. The Celtics have a better roster. The Mavs have outplayed their roster. Dude, they relied heavily on their first year center, Lively. He's been playing out of his mind. He's been facilitating the offense basically. So if Kristaps can do something with him. It could get up.
What's up? Hey, Big Easy Mafia's watching. What's up, brother? Hope we're doing you proud.
And
what's up, baby? How y'all doing out there?
What about a guy like Al Horford who's been around for so long, man? I mean, Al Horford's still a valuable guy.
Well, you got to. He's a 3-point shooter, so you got to. What I'm saying?
He can stretch. Yeah, I mean, and Derek White, like Ricky said, there's a lot of players.
Dave, you quick to put people in this category as top this, top that. I agree with some of the stuff. But you know what people are missing really?
What's that?
Remember all of us growing up, it was all on the blacktop, basketball court, kids growing up wanted to be great basketball players. I don't think that exists anymore because I tell you right now, if you put the top 5 players in the NBA right now, top 5, I guarantee you maybe only 2 of them from America. Maybe.
Well, the European thing is wild. The European thing is wild. I mean, some of the best players right now from Europe. I mean, look at it.
And what I mean by this,
Luka,
and listen, what I mean by this is, and what I mean by this is, you can go back and look at this. And Darren, because Darren loves history of stuff and stats. This is the difference between American and what Dave's saying, European guys and people from overseas. In America, and you coach Pancho, you coach youth, Darren coaches youth. It's an age thing. Like you gotta be. It's a weight thing. It's an age thing. You know how competitive it is. Well, guess what? Luka's been playing against a grown man since he's 13 years old. 13.
And so
he was in the men's league.
Catlin Clark. Catlin Clark, she don't play against women. She plays against. That's why her game is so tight. She plays against guys. She's been playing against guys her whole life. You might not know that, but she's always played with dudes. So she's like a dude.
So Darren, what I'm getting at is, don't you think it's a big difference when you have a 13-year-old kid playing in a grown man's league, like literally in a grown man's league, and when he gets to be 18, he comes to the NBA, he's like, this is easy.
Yeah, listen, that definitely could. So listen, a couple little stats here. We were talking about that Boston had the best record in the NBA at home. They tied for second is OKC and Denver. They were both 33-8. That is a great home record, 33-8. Shawnee says just because you win so many games all season doesn't necessarily mean that it works out in the playoffs. Ask Golden State. Golden State's been winning for years. What the hell is he talking about right now?
No, but I agree with what he's saying there. Like you said, look at baseball, same thing. Look at the Braves last year. Braves were like the best team in baseball all year, and they got pounced early on. So, I agree with Sean's saying. You know what I'm saying? I agree.
Here we go.
Sometimes that best team don't always win.
Sean's referring to UConns and stuff like sometimes you can take the monster down, but, South Carolina Gamecocks, they would, and the girls' basketball was dominant for the last 2 or 3 years. It's great to beat the monster. Even College World Series, the women's, Oklahoma State, won 20 playoff games in a row, and they, you know what I'm saying. But again, you have to come back down to earth. I think Mike Tyson gets knocked out. Yeah, things happen. It comes through.
What I think people really appreciate about this NBA Finals. It's teams that do it the right way. Seriously, it is. It's not super teams and this and that. I get Boston's got a bunch of great players, but they didn't go out and do like LeBron did, whatever, build a super team, KD build a super team. They doing it the right way, kind of like the Warriors did it. In the draft and go out and get a few free agents to help your team.
We're not going to talk about it. But I just signed a $140 million contract last week too, man. That must be nice, huh? Justin Jefferson, dude.
Yeah. Big money, man.
Big money. He's about to come down. You got CD Lamb, you got Chase, Chase coming. There's Richie. These teams are going to be so. When I tell you salary cap heaven, it's coming.
And you know what that does? Jesus. Old slant master, he might not get paid now. Michael Thomas, man, he might not get paid.
Well, the thing about it is that's what's going on with San Francisco right now, man. They know they got to pay Brock Purdy soon.
But they getting everything out of it. They just paid Christian the 19 for 2 each year.
Yeah, but Ayuk wants 35 a year, bro.
Well, he's going to be gone. He'll be gone. He'll be moved at some point.
Him and Debo's leaving. I think they're both going to leave. They're going to have nobody to
go to. When they drafted Pearsall, that was the beginning of the end.
Yeah, by time you're ready to pay Purdy, them receivers might be on the way out. You know what I'm saying?
You got to think George Kittle. You can maybe restructure Kittle at this point in his career. He's getting.
If you don't think CeeDee Lamb's getting paid, you're crazy.
Oh, he's getting paid.
Oh, he's getting paid.
To give you another stat, did you know? He lapped Brandon Cooks in receptions. He lapped them.
That's pretty wild. And Richie, that's a hell of a receiver we're talking about. It's not like Brandon Cooks is a scrub. I mean, this guy.
No, Shawnee. Nobody even called about Michael Thomas. Nobody even called about Michael Thomas yet. Hey, big shout out to Big Easy Mafia. He said, hell yes, great job. He's going to share the link right now. So anybody tuning in from Big Easy Mafia, welcome to the show.
Listen, here's the thing people don't realize when it comes to, and I agree, listen, Pancho and Dave's always salary cap. I give them, they keep up with it. I don't. I could care less about the cap, but yeah, it's the reality of it. They have a salary cap for a reason.
Right.
Dave is not too keen on paying receivers.
No,
I don't know where I stand on that.
No, Richie.
I'm not at all. I'm not at all. I don't overpay for receivers. Odell Beckham. That's all I gotta say.
Roster, bro. 53 men on the roster. You got to split 250.
Okay, so
you got to split 250 53 ways. Then you got to determine who's going to get it. Then
so you're basically telling me that Cincinnati shouldn't pay Jamar Chase?
No, not saying that. It's the dynamic.
Is that not a double standard, Darren? Darren, is that not a double standard?
Well, let me get into where I'm going with it. Go ahead.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
Okay, so the difference between a Brandon Ayuk and a Jamar Chase, if you take Jamar Chase off that roster, you really crucify that team. You basically cut their legs from under them. If you lose Brandon Ayuk, you still have Christian McCaffrey, you have George Kittle, you have Debo, you have Pearsall. So there's a lot to go. There's a top 5 defense over there. Cincinnati's defense has been kind of going in the wrong direction. They've been losing some big names the last couple of years. They still got Trey, they still got Hubbard, but let's be real, they're not a top 5 defense. The running game is a little questionable with Zach Moss and Chase Brown. To me, you have to keep Jamar Chase. That situation makes you have to keep
we can see an Oilman.
Look, Richie,
what's up?
Richie, and at some point, you got to keep your asses in the seats. So you can't get rid. I mean, T. Higgins is not to go. If Jamar Chase is going to get 140, you can't pay T.
Higgins is gone.
No. I'm simply saying, listen to me. Jefferson just signed for 35 plus a year. Okay,
Jamal's gonna get the same thing.
No, indeed not. He wants more. Pancho, he's gonna be more. He don't want the same thing.
Look, Richie, he's gonna get 100,000 more, if anything.
He's not getting it this year. It's gonna be next year.
He's gonna get 100,000 more.
Okay. So what? So all right, listen to me. So what if CeeDee Lamb gets 38 million a year?
He's not.
He's not.
No, Richie.
Why not?
He's gonna get the same with your boy just got with Jefferson.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. Come on.
How does that work, Darren?
So let me ask you this though. Well, hold
on. Wait a minute. Who we saying is getting what?
Pancho say everybody's basically not because Jefferson just got paid. Everybody's gonna sign the exact same contract. Come on, man.
Well, no, it depends because remember something. That's how it is. It's a pecking order. So now CD Lamb is gonna want to, even if he gets paid $150,000 more, he's gonna want to become the highest paid.
Thank
you.
I think. Yes. Thank you.
I think it was years back. I think it might have been Nick Saban. He wanted to be the highest paid coach, and I think it was $1. I think it was $1 or something like that, or $2 that he went over.
Mark it down. Mark it down. Listen, Darren, mark it down right now. Jamal Chase is going to get $40 million a year. Watch.
That's right, old man. That's right. Even $1
a year.
All right, what up? I go back
what up, Donovan Dukes?
Receivers a little bit. I do. I devalue these high-priced receivers a little bit in certain situations, and I'll explain why. If you go back to the last 15 Super Bowl champions, let's go what we won in 2009. Okay, the Saints didn't have an elite receiver. The Denver Broncos won with Peyton Manning. They didn't have an elite receiver. They had a great defense. Peyton was falling off a cliff. The Seattle Seahawks, Golden Tate was their top receiver, who's far from elite. I mean, we're talking about all these Super Bowl winners. The Ravens didn't have an elite receiver. The Patriots didn't have an elite receiver. Patrick Mahomes lost Tyreek Hill and then wins 2 back-to-back titles afterwards. So, I mean, receiver is, to me, listen, dude, I'm not saying not to have any pass catchers. You got to have them. But you don't need superstar receivers to win a Super Bowl. You absolutely don't.
So, Richie, now take this into effect. So, you're going to pay Jamar Chase 40. So, that's $4 and $160. All right? Next year, Jameis Winston throwing the ball.
What are you talking about, Pancho?
Jameis Winston's going to be the quarterback.
What? I don't get what you're saying.
No, he's saying you ain't going to be able to afford Joe Burrow if you're paying him.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to afford Burrow.
It don't matter. The man's going to be a free agent. He can get what he wants.
No, but Richie, he has to be smart, too. He has to think.
Let me tell you what, buddy. If Cincinnati don't give Jamal Chase $40 million, somebody will. That's a fact.
That's
a fact. Somebody will.
But here's my thing. But should they? That's where. Okay.
Yeah, that's my question to you. I asked you that question.
But Richie, this is what I'm trying to say. I'm not saying they won't give it, but that's not the right decision in every case. I mean, look at Odell Beckham failure years ago with all that money. Devontae Adams. It doesn't always win the championships.
Who's the Minnesota quarterback right now? Name it.
What?
Name me the quarterback. Name me Minnesota quarterback.
McCarthy.
Sam
McCarthy.
Sam
What's
Darnold.
his salary, Dave?
Sam Darnold's the quarterback for Minnesota Vikings.
No, but JJ McCarthy is going to be the quarterback.
What's his
salary?
What is his salary?
What?
What's the salary?
The coach already said Sam Darnold will be the starting quarterback.
Richie,
Answer
of
the
course
question.
you're saying that because
What
McCarthy's
is the
got to
damn
develop, but
salary
McCarthy's
of
going to be
Sam
the
Darnold?
eventual starter.
Wait,
What's his salary? What is his salary? What is Sam
Sam
Darnold's
Darnold, I
salary?
would say $4 to $5 million.
$45
maybe.
million a year.
That's I had
That's
to guess.
why
I'm
you can
saying
afford to pay 140 at that position. That's why, Richie. That's simple math.
So
it's very fucking simple,
math.
man.
So they chose to give a receiver instead of go and get a quarterback.
You
No,
can't
but Richie,
do
they
it's hard to
drafted
do
their
both.
quarterback. They drafted their quarterback. JJ
Pancho,
McCarthy's
you're
going to be their quarterback at some point.
my point for me.
Listen,
Well,
Richie.
how?
Listen,
How? Explain to me
Richie,
this weird
Because
world that I'm
you just
wait,
made
living in.
oh my God, it's
Richie,
a
own a
simple
business.
question. It's a
Let me
simple
talk.
question, Pancho.
No, I'm
It's a
asking
yes
you
or
the
no.
question. I'm
Are
asking
the
you the
Cincinnati Bengals giving Jamal Chase $40 million a year? Yes.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
gonna break it down to you, right?
Yes.
You own a business,
You
right?
don't want to break down that. Stay on the
Yes
subject.
or no, Pancho? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes.
Can they
The answer's
afford to
yes.
do it?
Oh my
No.
God. Jesus
Yes.
Christ.
But Richie,
Hey, no
Richie, here's my
cursing.
thing. I think they will do it. I think they
It's a
will. But
freaking yes
is
or
it
no-
always
yes
the
or
right
no
move to
question,
overpay
that's
a
all.
receiver?
Richie, this is where I'm going with it. With Joe Burrow's number. What's his cap number right now? 45,
Joe-
48?
This next year will be 51.
All right. Then you got Jamal Chase making 40. That's $91 million.
It's like a third of your salary cap.
On a
Yeah.
53.
So you're telling me they're not? No, you're telling me they're not keeping them?
If you was a businessman, would you do it? You
No.
gotta employ 53 people and you giving away half your salary cap to 2 guys. You gotta employ 51 other guys.
So just say the answer is no, Pancho.
The answer's no. Then you saying?
Answer no then.
They can, but everywhere else.
Oh my God.
But no,
Yes, they can.
I get what he's saying,
Everywhere
though,
else is gonna
guys.
be rookies. It's gonna be
Yeah.
low paying
Listen,
guys.
it don't matter. You can spin it a million different ways. Jamal Chase is getting paid $40 million from somebody.
Yeah, from
Somebody.
No, Richie, he will, but is it the right move? I say no. I say no, it's not the right move. Absolutely not.
Okay, so you're saying that the Cincinnati shouldn't sign him?
Right.
I know
That's what Dave's
sign
saying.
him because you're going to come back and tell me that's not going to happen. They're going to sign him. I know they are, but they're
So
going to
they're giving him $40 million
you're going to lose out
then.
on so many.
Oh
Huh?
my God, we're going back and forth.
Now, let's move on to the next team.
Dave, listen. Dave, listen to what you're saying. Listen,
Look,
Dave, listen, Pancho. Hear me out. Hear me out. Dave, this is what Dave is saying. David, hear me out if I'm getting you right. You're saying it's not the right move. I'm saying he's getting $40 million from somebody regardless.
And I'm saying I think that's too. I think unless you got a perfect situation.
Okay,
Look,
either
first,
way
let me
you
clear it
spin,
up.
he's
Whoa. Let me clear it up real quick. So it could be a terrible move for certain teams. Could it be a right move for one or two particular teams? Okay, yeah. Because look, I'm gonna make one example. Give me 30 seconds. One example. Stephon Diggs with Houston. 25 other teams would have been a fucking stupid move. Houston, though, is trending up. They made this move last year. They made this jump. They have a great young quarterback. They really need that legit number one. I think Nico's pretty good. Tank Dell can make some plays, but they go get Diggs because they're trying to get this little window into the next. Their window is just starting to open, and they're trying to make a power move. And guess what they have? They got a quarterback on a rookie scale contract, and they got cap space, so they can afford that deal.
All right, go ahead, Pancho.
So here we go. So listen, don't break me up. Let me finish.
I'm glad. I'm listening. Go ahead.
So we're gonna move on to. I'm gonna get the Cowboys. Prime example. All right. Dak's making 45, right?
Yep.
CD Lamb's gonna make the same 36 million. Like he's up for contract. So now you got almost 90 million tied up right there. You got Michael Parsons gonna come in and make 25 to 30. So you got 3 players, $140 million, and you only got $90 million for 50 other players. How is that gonna work?
Okay.
You got Trayvon Diggs.
I'm agreeing with you, Pancho. I'm agreeing with you. It's not gonna work.
You can't pay the quarterback and the receiver.
So you're making my point for me. Jamal Chase will not listen. You're making my point for me. Jamal Chase will not be a Cincinnati Bengal within 2 years. There you go.
No, he will. He will. They'll do it.
Financially, it's going to be tough.
I think they're going to do it, but they're going to suffer.
Or a low paying.
Listen to me. If they do that, they lose Burrow in 3-4 years, whatever it is.
Right. So they're going to keep Burrow happy. I agree.
They can't have Burrow and Chase. One of them's gone with the salary cap. That's over.
No, I think they keep them both. I think they're going to ruin every other aspect of their team.
Just like Pancho just made a great point. I think Dallas has got to make a decision. Do you want Michael Parsons or do you want CeeDee Lamb? Because you can't have both.
they're going to have to try to have both. And I think that's what, look, Richard, here's
Dave,
my thing.
you keep saying try. These guys want to get paid.
Then you got Trayvon
Listen,
Diggs.
Lola, hear me out. With the
Trayvon
Dallas,
Diggs.
you're talking about a different scenario. Every team's a different scenario. So, okay, they're absolutely going to keep Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb. There's no round it. There's no way about it. Because what's going to happen is they'll move on from Dak. They'll go draft a quarterback next year.
Now they're going to move on from Dak. Who's going to throw CeeDee Lamb the ball?
That's
listen. But okay, so here's my thing.
Who would throw Justin Jefferson the ball?
Exactly. So So here's my thing. Imagine Dallas Cowboys trying to let's just say they sell out hard and go move up in the draft. Because there should be one name that they're looking at that would be a great storyline.
Dave, you're contradicting yourself again. You're telling me a team's going to get rid of their quarterback. Listen to me. You're telling me a team's going to get rid of their quarterback to keep a receiver.
Okay, so hear me out. Let me. Okay, every situation is different. Because Dak has been on a chopping block for like the last 2 years. Joe Burrow is not on a chopping block. Dak, how many seasons do we go into it with Dak Prescott not going to be the guy or get traded? Joe Burrow is entrenched as a franchise quarterback. You telling me you think CeeDee Lamb's numbers are the same if Dak's not the quarterback? No, Richie, I never said that one time. But listen to me. Here's my thing. So Dak Prescott, the Cowboys are almost ready to kick him out the door. He's like the girlfriend that does crazy shit and parties way too much. You're ready to break up with her, okay? So listen, Dak is on the verge of being gone anyway. Joe Burrow's not. You know what I'm saying? Joe Burrow is entrenched. Yep. So if you want to keep Micah Parsons and CeeDee Lamb, who are the heart and soul of your team, Dak is a little more replaceable in that situation for me.
He'll be the odd man out in that situation. Darren, I don't know if you got in sources on this. There's a lot of rumbling that Jerry Jones don't want to keep Micah Parsons.
Well, remember something though. But remember something. They got Trey Lance too. Let's not forget about that. Shane just brought this up.
There you go.
They got Trey Lance that they got for pretty cheap, and they could keep their call. But remember something. You got a couple of defensive players that's coming up on contract too. I mean, you got Diggs. You got Bland. He's got another year or two. Micah Parsons. I mean, listen, I don't know why he wouldn't want to keep Micah Parsons. I'll take Micah Parsons. Come on down.
You know why, Darren? You know why, Darren? He don't like them out ego guys that kind of like are saying that what their worth. He don't like a guy to come out and say what his worth is.
Well, he had guys like that all in the 90s. I mean, Troy Aikman, Michael Irvin.
Not really, man. These guys now.
Michael Irvin's the most out there guy there ever was.
You can spin it the way you want to spin. Jerry Jones and Dak Prescott has never gotten along. That's a fact.
I mean, look, if he hated Dak that much, Dak would have been gone already.
He needed Dak.
Well, no, I mean, but Dak, look, and I'm not saying Dak. I think Dak gets a lot of. I think he gets treated a little bit. I'm a guy that stands up for Derek Carr. Dak gets Dak made Jerry. Don't make a mistake about it. Dak made Jerry Jones look foolish. He said you're going to pay me, and you're going to pay me, and he did.
Well, I think that gravy train ends now. I don't think Dak is still a viable starting quarterback. But his age and his production. If
the Dallas Cowboys want to remain relevant, they better keep Dak Prescott.
This year they will.
But like Darren made a great point.
Next year they're not relevant.
Trey Lance, though, is a little bit of an elephant in the room there.
I'm glad y'all think quarterbacks just grow on trees.
They don't.
What do you mean?
Richie. Because here's the thing. Listen to me. Here's the thing. I'm not saying. Listen, I get what you're saying, but here's the thing. I'm not saying Dak Prescott is the greatest quarterback in the NFL. I'm not saying it at all. But Dak Prescott is a franchise quarterback.
He's not $50 million.
Yeah, he's more. Look, put it this way: who's the least replaceable? You can't replace Parsons, and you can't replace Lamb. You can replace Dak.
You can replace CeeDee Lamb. You just said a receiver's replaceable.
No,
you just said that, Dave.
Yeah, you can't replace. You can't. Hold up. You can't replace CeeDee Lamb on that route.
Look, Richie, their situation.
But
let's
Dave,
go back to the situation, Richie.
But Darren, Dave,
hold on. Give me. You're going somewhere, and I'm gonna take you to it faster. Look, I'm gonna tell you where I'm coming from. Mm-hmm. So, okay, who the hell does Dallas have on offense? Their starting running back right now in the depth chart is Ezekiel freaking Elliott. They got Rico Dowdle. They got Brandon Cooks, who's like 38 years old almost now at this point. Where else do you go? I mean, outside of Jake Ferguson, there's no hope on offense. So, yeah, CeeDee Lamb is extremely valuable to them. So they have to keep Lamb. I'm saying every situation is different.
So are you saying Justin Herbert's not going to have a good year neither because he has nobody to throw the ball to?
Oh, no, he's got somebody to throw the ball to.
Who?
Lad freaking McConkey. Lad McConkey might flirt with Rookie of the Year.
A rookie?
Lamb McConkey is a beast. Mark my words.
Yeah, but bro, you putting a whole lot of strength on a rookie who's gonna be going against a number one cornerback, bro.
Darren, they're not
Mark my
going
words.
Super Bowl.
Put down the date. Put down the date. If Fatty's got a thing, we can check on this. Lamb McConkey will be one of the impact rookies this year.
He's not even going to be a top 3. He's not going to be a top 3 rookie receiver.
That's going to be close.
I'm going to say
he might win Rookie of the Year.
No,
I'm gonna say he is.
You know
I think he's gonna put up numbers.
Stop, Darren. You know what?
Dude, Richie, if you ever watch, and I'm gonna say this, and everybody's looking at him, and look, everybody makes the racial thing. Hey, he's Cooper Kupp, or he's a serviceable, better version of Hunter Renfrow. No, this dude is a phenomenal athlete. If you watch him on tape, he didn't have the massive production in college because they had Bowers.
That's because he wasn't that good.
You watch Lamb McConkey on tape; he's got every skill to be an elite NFL receiver. I'm not saying he will be. He's
got a dope name.
Go watch him on tape.
Hey. Listen to me. He might have the best name in the NFL, though.
He does. Hey, look, Darren. 4.38 or whatever it was. The dude could play. I'm telling you, go watch him on tape. I wish the Saints could have had this guy in that second round. I was hoping and praying he would call us.
Ricky's Xavier Worthy lately in the news at all, bro? They ain't been too good, man.
What?
Xavier Worthy.
What he did now?
Stop.
Yep. Look up on your boy, bro.
Hey, look, boys. Hey, it's almost an hour and a half in, man. We got to give a shout out to the Big Easy Mafia, though, man. They tuning in. We appreciate them.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do.
The Bayou Geeks, check them out. They piggyback off our page. Chris is one of the members of the Bayou Geeks, and he's our producer, so he takes care of us. So
this don't happen without him.
Yeah, he. Page his Bayou Geeks is about different things, movies, toys. It's American culture. It's about different things, sports.
Wrestling, man.
Yeah. With that,
wrestling.
Dave, I'll give you a few insights. Dave, I'll give you a few insights, Dave. We already started our rookie pool for the fantasy football league, and your receiver you're referring to with the Chargers came in at 7.
So let me ask you this. So who are they putting in front of him?
As rookie.
Oh, that's great. And you know who else happened to as a rookie? I want to name some other things as a rookie. Corey Coleman, Laquan Treadwell. You know what they have? They were ahead of Michael Thomas in every fantasy ranking there was. How did that work out for those guys?
Okay. Well, we had Harrison number 1. So
hey Shane, do me a favor, Shane.
That's obvious. Harrison, Neighbors. We know it's gonna be obvious. Dunze's not gonna put up the numbers from the get go.
We got Worthy 3.
Hey. Do me a favor, Shane Anderson. Drop the name of your podcast on here, man. Shane, one of my good friends, Shane. He's one of the people that tune in every time. He's got his own podcast too. We want to give a shout out to Shane. We appreciate everybody tuning in. Hey, Shane, drop your podcast name, brother. We're gonna give you a big shout out right now.
Yeah, definitely shout that out. Listen, guys, we
are commercial real fast.
What you got?
A commercial for the show. I think y'all all like it. It's new. Y'all haven't seen it yet.
Okay, then. We got a commercial. Let's do it.
Attention, all you worthless flesh creatures. I, Starscream, under the command of Lord Megatron, hereby claim the Bayou Geeks under Decepticon control. I order all who listen now to subscribe or suffer the consequences.
Yeah.
That was
AI, buddy. AI.
No,
that was cool, buddy. That was definitely cool.
How'd you do that,
listen,
how'd you do it, man?
Before I get off, 3 in the podcast on Click Rig YouTube channel. Y'all give a shout out to my boy Shane.
Yes, and also too, man, y'all come out and see our show. We got Kuiper Live at Southport Hall this Saturday night, man. Y'all come out and enjoy yourself. Well, listen, fellas, just to let everybody know, our new night is on Wednesday nights. All the guys, we got several guest hosts coming on. We're gonna have guests coming in and out. We're gonna have a few surprises for y'all. Also, too, Pancho, if you want to get a shirt, hook up with Pancho. See what we can do with you there. We got hats and stuff. We got apparel and all that. And we're gonna do some remote shows this year too. We also will be live outside of Saints games this year, a few of them too. So
Dave, question real quick. Dave, actually, it was the voice actor.
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, was it really? Oh, that's awesome, dude.
No AI,
That's
that was
awesome.
a voice actor.
So Shane's
Damn, I thought you, dude. I never know at this point, man. I never know, but that's awesome, one way or another, man. That's badass.
Go ahead, Pancho.
So on Shane's podcast, 3 and Out, that must have followed the '90 Saints team, right? He must have got that from the '90 Saints team.
That was definitely 3 and Out. Good Lord.
We definitely 3 and Out.
3 and
Well,
Out,
look, fellas, man, great show, man. Listen, always love our takes. And listen, just because y'all hear us argue on camera, we best friends off the camera. Don't worry.
That's right.
Yeah, we all going to go watch a movie together after this with some popcorn, man.
Yeah, hey, I am going to see that. I want to go see that Bad Boys new movie coming out. It looks pretty good.
There you go, man. There you go. I can't believe this.
All right,
fellas.
Who that? See
All
y'all
right, guys.
later.
Be good.